Get more now on the coronavirus, and at least 100 Australian families are still trapped in Wuhan, the city at the very centre of this deadly outbreak.
Among them are family and friends of Chinese community advocate Mike Yang, who is originally from Wuhan, and he joins us in the studio now. Good morning, Mike. What can you tell us about what's happening with your own family and friends in Wuhan? You must be very worried.
Yes, at the moment, more than 2/3 of my family members are still in Wuhan, and we are communicating every day on a sort of minute-to-minute basis as to their welfare and how Wuhan and the rest of them are doing.
What are they telling you about what the situation is on the ground in that city and the surrounding area?
It's pretty serious. All the schools have put a delay on as to when they open to students. They have put a travel ban from Wuhan, and all public events, including concerts and even movies, they have stopped. No buses or even private cars can travel in Wuhan at the moment. So Wuhan is doing everything it possibly can to contain the virus and stop people who are in Wuhan to travel outside of Wuhan.
I saw reports of people, starting to run out of food. They've got to leave their apartments at some stage. How are they getting on?
Yes, many people have already stockpiled their food before the virus got that serious, which was only a few days ago. And some people have to rely on volunteers and friends of friends to bring food to their doorsteps. And China is pretty advanced in terms of ordering food online. So, some that was still happening only a few days before when the virus got really, really serious. So people are doing and using every possible way to make do at the moment.
Let's look at the situation in Australia. We've been reporting this morning that Australian schools are advising their Chinese students who may have travelled to China over summer to stay away for at least a couple of weeks. What is the general feeling, Mike, in the Chinese community about this?
Well, within the Chinese community, people are really worried too, because their families and friends are still staying back in China. Some had traveled to Wuhan before, so it's understandable that a lot of parents are advising and are encouraging schools to advise people who would have traveled to China to stay back for a few days or up to 2 weeks, especially for people who had traveled to Wuhan.
The Foreign Minister, Marise Payne, has indicated that they are struggling to work out how to get people out. Do you feel the government is doing enough for your family and friends?
The Australian government? Yeah, I think it happened really quickly. As of 2 days ago, we were working with some people on the ground in Wuhan to try to bring this Australian kids and families back to Australia. At the moment, we have counted the number to be over 120 Australian kids, and many of their families are with them in Wuhan. I think the Australian government is working with Chinese authorities at the moment to bring back these Australian kids and families. But understand this, cities near Wuhan, some of them, they have already sealed off their borders too. But for many Australian families, they are really struggling back in Wuhan as well, because they can see that countries like the United States, France, and counting today's Japan is already putting out measures to move their citizens from affected areas.
So they're watching what other countries are doing, wondering what Australia might be doing to help.
That's exactly right.
Mike Yang, wish you all the best of luck with this, and thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Michael.